Dear partners, this is Ping Huang from Advantech Middle East and Africa region. Thanks for your joining this webinar for the topic Environment and Energy Industry. Due to COVID and Ukraine war, the cost of energy and oil and gas increased dramatically. Most of government need to use the traditional energy like a coal-fired power plant to cover the gap of the shortage because it caused the global warming and extreme climate get worse. How to find a renewable energy like a solar power, wind power, and a more efficient way to have oil and gas power become a very important topic for all of the world. In the Middle East region, traditionally runs the most important role to control the oil and gas production and economy. It could be the region who require the most of the equipment with the certification like a C1D2 and Advantech to install in a harsh environment such as oil and drilling, oil field, exploration, and natural gas extraction. We also have abundant solar field in this area, which is the most suitable for the large-scale construction for the solar power energy facilities. In this webinar with Advantech, we would like to share our experience through different case studies and applications. Advantech, latest IoT technology and the solution can efficiently help your business difficulty and further provide strategic insight for the environment and energy sections. To give an overall introduction to today's webinar, our environment and energy topic will be divided in two scopes, renewable energy and oil and gas. For renewable energy, following future trends, the wireless data acquisition and the communication plays important roles in this sense. Last, we will provide diversified communication protocol solutions such as LoRa, 5G, NB-IoT, and Sub-1G, and a WirePath solution as a platform to provide and analyze all kinds of IoT data. On the other hand, regarding oil and gas, we will share the current market aspect, such as sharing for our partner and user. Furthermore, the latest explosion-proof HMI solution with Advantech certification and remote I/O and serious communication solution with C1D2 certification will be also shared in today's webinar. Advantech, as a leading brand in industrial IoT, it is such a pleasure for us to discuss and share our experience in this webinar, and together with you to make effort for more efficient way to collect wireless data for renewable energy and reliable solution for oil and gas applications. Hope you enjoy this webinar. For any solution inquiry and further discussion to your business challenges, please feel free to contact your sales team during and after this event. With Advantech, our solution and service can help you for all aspects. Thank you.
Hello everyone. It's my great honor to speak about this case, because this case is a successful application of a heat insulation solar glass on Dubai airport. Actually, this glass is developed by our university. We do the research from 2011, and we successfully developed this kind of solar glass. And this is quite different from a traditional solar panel, because a traditional solar panel is like this. This almost apply all over the world. But the different kind of the traditional solar panel is not see-through, because it is made of crystal silicon. But we changed the idea because we use a coating the silicon on the glass. So our product is very special because it is a kind of a transparent, so we can apply on the airport, on the skylight, or on the window. Actually, the technology is unlimited, because currently we already developed a very see-through solar glass. Look at this. The see-through is almost the same with the traditional window, because the traditional window, the see-through is like 80%, but our see-through already reached to 70%. So it's very it look like ordinary glass. So actually, it's how to work because I do a demonstration for you. This is lighting. A light is like a sunshine, and when the sunshine touch on the window, it will generate solar power. And this green light is a LED light, and when the sunshine touch on the window, all the sun energy could be transferred, become electricity. So at the same time, because most of the sun energy transfer into electricity, so another benefit is it can prevent the heat getting into the house, so you can save a lot of cooling load. So to benefit, one benefit is a transfer to electricity to supply all the building, and another benefit is all the sun energy is disappearing almost like 50%. So the cooling load can save 50%. So it's can apply very widely, especially in the Middle East, because in the Middle East, as the sunshine, almost every day sunshine, and almost all the building is the cooling load is very, very high. So when this product apply in Dubai is a very, very good a choice for the building, especially apply on the window or on the skylight. It can save a lot of energy. According to our testing in Dubai, it can save 65% electricity, including save cooling load and save and also generate solar power. So I will show you later about this, and also how to install it, the solar glass on the building, because you will look. This is originally the glass, and we can produce customized. Customized means you can. This is a small size, and you can also produce like the bigger size. And the bigger size is just on the back of my office. And you can look. The window is applied by our glass, and you can look. This is a bigger size. Then for the window, it can generate solar power. The solar power could be applied for the. You can look. I will show you that. All the solar power generation, it can transfer to electricity, and we can apply on the lighting for the house, for my office, and also it can do a very good heat insulation. So my office, it can save 50% air conditioning. So many benefit, many benefit. And about the installation, because you can look the wire on the glass, but it can embed inside the frame. You can look. Actually, the wire is inside the frame, so you see nothing. You see nothing. All the window is similar to ordinary window because you didn't see the wire, because all the wire is stored embed in the frame. So it's a very good, a very good applicable for the in the Dubai. Okay, and I will continue to present for you about this product to very high level engineer from the airport. They reached our factory, and they feel very interesting because they say this is what they want. They invite me to give a presentation in the airport. And after this, they seek this is very interesting for them because this new airport may be to apply this. So they visit our government for this project. Actually, this is a media report for our visiting. And finally, we decide to set up 2 testing house because they say in Dubai is very hard. We start to do the testing because the testing Dubai is far from Taiwan, so we like to cooperate with the company of Yanhua. Yeah, so they set up a remote monitoring system for us, and this is each week we need to give them the report. For example, this is November 4th to November 12th, and these 2 house, the normal house, you need 103 kilowatt hour from the grid. That means the ordinary glass house you need 103 kilowatt hour to supply the cooling system, and for ours we only need to supply additional 35. So 103 is not simulation. This is a real test, not a calculation. So so you will look only 1/3 of the power demand to let the inside the same temperature. We set up the cooling temperature is 26 degree. So for each house indoor is 26 degree, but we only need to supply 35 kilowatt hour. But for another house, you need to supply 103 because we can generate solar power and we can save a lot of cooling load. According to our continuous remote monitoring, and we found it can save up to 65% of the energy. So for the Dubai airport, it's a surprise news because if in Dubai airport every year they can save 65% of the energy, this should be a surprise for them. So I think this is a very successful monitoring and a successful apply in Dubai airport.
Hello everyone, my name is Jackie Zhang. I'm Industrial IoT Product Manager at Advantech. I'm happy to share the case study with the solar power management system. In this picture is a solar power management system architecture, including Advantech hardware and the software product and the WisePass IoT platform, and divide into the 3 IoT layers. First layer in the edge, use the WISE4000 serial Ethernet I/O module and the ECU1152 industrial communication gateway to the data acquisition. Second layer, in the computer side, use the ECU4784 power automation computer and the HPC industrial server. Third layer in the cloud, provide Advantech WisePass IoT platform and the software WiseM Plus to the operation and the maintenance with the visualization dashboard. Advantech provide edge to cloud total solution to reduce operation and the maintenance cost, improve equipment performance. Thank you for your listening, and I hope you enjoy my talk. Thank you again.
Hello everyone, I'm Scott, Product Manager of Advantech. I am honored to be the speaker of this webinar today. Regarding to the market research report, there will be more than 50 gigawatt by 2025 in Middle East. The global capacity is 250 gigawatt. You can also find the project solar capacity from economics. I call this the topic of this chart. The future is bright. It can be seen that the solar energy industry has been the reason why various system integrators are competing for the investment in recent years. Moreover, ESG has begun to be valued and is one of the important index for evaluating a company. Among them, E in ESG has a great relationship with solar energy because in addition to energy saving, through the use of renewable energy, greenhouse gas emissions are reduced, slowing down energy consumption, climate and environmental impact. Advantech's board of directors has also adopted the goal of using 50% green electricity in 2026 and 100% green electricity in 2032 to achieve the goal of sustainable business operation. Solar power generation system has gradually developed from large-scale ground stations to miniaturization in the early days. Many companies in Europe and the United States has begun to provide overall safe power supply solutions for residential power generation and energy storage. For example, IKEA has also begun to provide residential solar power generation solution in several countries. How to manage such a decentralized system and provide instance operation and maintenance service is a very important issue after the solar system is installed. Effective management and the provision of real-time data can bring higher value to the solar system and even provide an assessment of the location of new solar farm in the future. Advantech E&E market solution has an industrial IoT-oriented focus on the process of sensing, control, remote communication, and the data management for operations management and the maintenance. By combining those technology with web access and the WISE-PaaS IoT edge intelligent platforms for data integration and analysis, our industrial app, Edge Intelligence, and the WISE Data Connect solutions can be widely utilized across a variety of energy E&E industrials. Advantech E&E market solutions are for energy management, solar power management, water treatment, environmental monitoring, and the smart grid management. They can be integrated with domain-specific knowledge, and the WISE-PaaS cloud platform help our customer to accelerate the ecosystem for real digital transformation. Advantech has Edge SRP, we call Solution Ready Package, to focus on the different applications like pump vibration monitoring, power consumption monitoring, and so on. Each SRP not has only its own edge hardware package and also have cloud software basis on our WISE-PaaS platform. You can have data management, visualization, and more function and service you can select. The real-time data monitoring for each DER, distributed energy resources, is the key to make energy transformation. You need one intelligent gateway to collect the real-time data of power generation and the status of the field equipment. The gateway will handle protocol conversion, data process, and the communication. Advantech offers the several product series with different CPU SKU, from Intel to ARM-based, and also has a serial router to provide the stable wireless communication. Moreover, we have RTU solution to combine the communication and the data acquisition, like battery temperature, voltage, and others physical signal. Focus the different application together with the various edge hardware provided by Advantech. Domain partners just have to focus on their expertise and finish the final touch to make the solution ready. The 4 examples of the domain are listed here for your quick reference. Here, we share a real case that in the world's largest single solar farm with a total installation capacity of nearly 1.2 gigawatt. All data collection, network infrastructure, and SCADA computers are using Advantech solutions. The whole system is divided into 10 subsystems, each of which has its own ring network to connect with the front-end data collection gateway. The ECU 1000 series is used here, and the Modbus RTU is used for the lower communication part to collect data on the field inverter, electricity meters, and other equipment. On the other hand, the industrial protocol and the SCADA are used for transmission. Located in Abu Dhabi, the harsh climate environment requires Advantech's industrial-grade hardware to provide stable and reliable operation to meet the continuity of data collecting. The second application, we have station-level SCADA system first. Our embedded computer shows the dashboard at the field site and collect the data from the serial devices and the sensors. The ECU gateway plays the data logger and the gateway rule. It also publishes the data to the cloud. We separate the hardware devices to process and store the data. It makes sure the highest reliability of the whole communication. The end user also requires the central management platform. That's why we need one serial router in station. It set up the robust communication tunnel between station and the cloud. Here is my today's sharing. Thanks for your participation. As you can see, my password is management.
My name is Yves Noël Bourgade. I'm the CEO of Deep Vision. Deep Vision is the startup tech digital company. It's a shareholder company that we created actually 1 year ago in Abu Dhabi in the Emirates. This company is basically based on several investors. One of it is a company called Woodsale, which is the oil and gas service company located in the Emirates and in Bahrain and Saudi. So the rest of the investments are pure private investors. Okay, so I'm going to give you a quick presentation of the technology we use, but before that, just a few words about the company itself. Deep Vision is actually a group of ex-Schlumberger, Halliburton, and Weatherford engineers. Some of them are ex-president, vice presidents. Some of them, they have some reservoir modeling and reservoir simulation degrees. Some of them are pure industrial automation skills. Some are more in telecom and cybersecurity. But basically, we are a group of 15 people, all coming from the oil and gas industry. And we all have a different, because we all come from different culture, multi-country, which is a huge, I would say, advantage to address our product to all different clients. Okay, so just a couple of words about the challenge that you have in the oil and gas. Today, we all talk about age of digital transformation, and today the industry is actually moving to a new digital world, but most of the company, they do not really understand the digital technology environment. So it's all about IoT, connected device, cloud computing, access, edge computing. But the reality is that most of the company don't really know how to start and where to start, and obviously which technology to use. So today in the industry, you will notice that they already have their, I would say, processes. They run their production operation with technology that they're having for the last 10 years. And most of them have always some difficulty to change their technology. So it's always a huge challenge to explain to your client that the technology that is using is obsolete, because this is not the way it is actually. What the challenge is more about upgrading, you know, migrating or transitioning to a new technology. It's more about adopting the new technology, but not changing completely the technology. And this is the challenge we are facing with most of the big industry, is that they are always, I would say, scared about moving to new process and new technology. So this is one of the biggest challenges we have. The other challenge is, of course, the national oil company and the international oil company, they have to produce more. Today, after the COVID period and after all the events that we are facing today between the crisis and the gas that we have to get due to the war, the national oil company have a very strong challenge is to produce more gas. Okay, so what you see today in the industry is that you have actually 5 levels of transformation. Okay, so you cannot just move from level 0 to level 5 in 1 month. Okay, it's all about migrating to level 0 to level 5, and this is the digital transformation that we are talking about. And I would say the challenge is that the level 1 is more about collecting the data on the field, okay? And the level 2, it's more about monitoring the data. Once you collect the data, you can monitor it. And then you go to the next phase, which is authorizing some action that you will do based on the monitoring system. Once you authorize, then you move to the next level, which is level 4, which is automated. You know, when we talk about automation, it's based on what? It's based on collecting the data, monitoring it, take the action, and do an automation, okay, to make it automatic. And the level 5 is, of course, the intelligence artificial. So before moving to the artificial intelligence, you need to go to all the steps, you know, from level 0 to level 5. So now, talking about the technology, we have been working for, I would say, more than a year on which technology to use. And when we did some research, we noticed and we worked in collaboration with Advantech. Advantech, we noticed that the software development and integration from the SCADA system, it showed a lot of benefits for the oil and gas industry. The first one is that we are able to get real-time production data very quickly on their application called Web Access. And the benefit is basically today, in most of the industry, when you look at the market, you have all the big brands like Schneider, ABB, Siemens, Rockwell. All this technology are actually very, I would say, they have some priority on their protocol. Basically, they don't really make a lot of effort on integration, new technology. They want you to use their technology. But the reality is that on the field operation, you have all different technology. You have Siemens, you have Schneider, you have ABB, the key is to integrate all this technology. And the Advantech software that we are using today, it gives us the, I would say, the scalability to play and integrate all this big brand technology. So the web access from Advantech allows us to get all the production data in 2D and 3D across a web application. And this is a huge step that we have achieved for the last 6 months with one of our biggest clients, because using this technology will help the client to get the data in real time without changing their operation. Like I mentioned before, we have added this technology on the existing process. So the client did not have to change their operation, we just had it. And because the web access software is fully open and scalable, we have been able to deploy the system on the field and collect all the data from the wells. So if you understand a little bit more about the industry that you have especially on the production facility, today the key is to get the data in real time. Okay, real time data is another challenge to get from the field, because most of the time clients, like I say, use different brand technology, but they are not able to send the data in a secure way to the cloud. And what we have done and achieved with Advantech is we have been able to connect 6 wells in production, 6 gas wells for unconventional gas, okay? Collect the data actually coming from all different devices, could be the pump, it's the tank level, is the pressure of all the wells, and get this data in real time from our Uno box. The Uno box we deploy on site is from Advantech as well. This is the box which will process the data on site and send it to the cloud. And once you have the data in the cloud, then you can let your clients connect the data directly from the cloud. It basically means that the client does not need to connect to the site anymore. They will get all the data from the cloud and they will have it for 90 days. So all the data are stored in a secure way. This is very important. And Advantech, they have been able to do that. It was actually a strong collaboration effort for 6 months to be able to build the tag for each device, process the data on the field with the client, send to the cloud, and then send the access to the client to be able to see the data in real time. And of course, all the data after are available from the cloud, that you can download it on different formats. But the major challenge was to be able to deploy the solution on the field without disturbing the existing operation. So this has been done through the collaboration of Advantech from the team in Taiwan and local, I would say, integrators who help us to deploy and create the tags from the Uno box. So it was a success story, because now we are moving to a new phase in a different country to deploy a new solution with the different clients. And we have been able to demonstrate that the technology of Advantech is actually the right technology to use today in the oil and gas environment. So that's it from my side. Thank you for listening my brief explanation. I will be, of course, available during the day for any question. And now there is a password that I have to give you is the press to KA. Thank you very much.
Hello, everyone. I'm Winston. I'm the product manager of domain-focused HNI IIoT. I'm working on the vertical market-specific needs of HNI. It's so glad to be with you in this webinar. Today, I'm going to talk about trends in explosion-proof market, specifically related to HNI device. I will also share some basic knowledge of explosion-proof certification. We all know modern industrial production, processing, transportation, storage, and other processes produce various explosive substances. It is floated around the environment in the form of gas, liquid, and dust. These dangerous substances have an impact on our public safety. The potential crisis is huge, and the people were unaware. Next slide. Okay, before I start my presentation, I want to share a terrible news happened in April 2022. More than 100 people were killed overnight in an explosion at an illegal oil refining depot in Nigeria's River State. The explosion destroyed a section of the forest. The hazardous process has led to many fatal accidents and has polluted a region already blighted by oil spills in farmland. Actually, last month, there was another illegal oil refinery exploded in Nigeria. So, according to the Murphy's Law, anything that can go wrong will go wrong. The price for hazardous environment will be huge and terrible. The government or enterprise should avoid this tragedy happen again. Next slide. Okay, let's look about the hazardous environment. Oil and gas, steel process, petrochemical, energy and power, food process, pharmaceutical process, mining, energy and power, recycle battery, etc. These industries all have some explosive and dangerous processes. This is also a key industry with mandatory requirements for explosion-proof certification. Advanced countries continue to form strong requirements for security through legislation, and this regulation blocks competition from other countries, forming the biggest trade barrier other than tariffs. If we want to enter this market, the major challenge comes from product design, product certification, and specification familiarity, and industry evaluation. Today's topic attempts to guide the concept so that beginners can quickly understand the relevant specifications and also learn which explosion-proof HNI we have in Advantech. Next slide. Okay, increasing energy and IoT requirements is the key factor driving the demand for the explosion, which in turn demands safe equipment in hazardous environments. The CAGR of explosion-proof equipment is expected to 25.87%, and the market size is more than USD 10 billion by 2028. There have been a rise in the number of explosions in the extreme environment of manufacturing industries across various regions because of the growing presence of chemical toxicants and other combustible dust. Next slide. In this page, let's talk about what is basis for an explosion. There are three elements are required to cause an explosion: oxygen, ignition source, and flammable materials. The most commonly neglected is the detonation source and substance. And the people are accustomed to mistake. Only the fire source is defined as the detonation source, and chemicals such as gasoline and diesel are defined as dangerous substance. This wrong cognition is the major disaster. Next slide. People used to think ignition source means fire or spark. The definition of ignition source should be source point with high energy density. Not only fire, spark, but also smoking, welding, and cutting, hot surface, static charge, electrical arcing can result in an explosion. Next. In this page, you will see the classification of hazardous area. Sometimes we will find the label that mark the C1D2, but what it means. The C means class. The D is division. If you saw this picture, you can tell it because class 1 means our the gas, vapor, liquid, and class 2 it means dust, environment, and we have the class 3. Normally, we apply C1, class 1, and D2, division 2. The division 2 is the explosion material sometimes or seldom exists in this area. And another popular certification is called ATEX or IECEX. We can show in this table. They apply for the zone 1 or zone 2 or zone 11 or zone 22. It also means the gas or the dust, the powder. Next. Okay, in this page, we will show all the world standard of explosion proof. The label is many kind of label for the explosion proof. You can see the UL or IECEX and the ATEX or EACEX or PCEC. But next page. But in Advantech, we want to collect the highest quantity for the user. So we only apply for the ATEX or IECEX and C1B2 for our standard explosion proof product. But if you have a specific need for a unique customer, we can also apply their regional certification too. It's also okay. Next, On this page shows the explosion-proof HNI load map. Now, the product we are available is FPN A151H and the TPC 1881 WPH, and this year's new model TPC 155 and TPC 125. In the end of this year, we will launch a new high performance explosion proof HNI called TPC 318WH. This is for the C1D2 certification. And the coming year, 2023, we will apply another one for higher authority certificate. This called the ATEX. Our new ATEX model will in the coming year. So next slide. Okay, for example, the oil and gas and petrochemical industry is the highly competitive and asset-heavy sector. In the process of oil and gas production, there are few challenges that will coerce the industry to change how they work, like data acquisition from massive amount of facilities and upgrading complex facility and the system which require continuing monitoring and maintenance costs a lot of manpower and financial resources. For each process, we have the suitable HNI in order to fulfill IoT deployment. You can check on this slide like the TPC 125 and 155. This is for the upstream, and the midstream we have the TPC 1881, and the downstream we have the old machine is workable, and specifically we have the monitor for explosion-proof FPN A151H for your reference. Next slide. About the outdoor application of the explosion-proof HNI, we provide 12-inch and 15-inch TVC for data acquisition and process operating. This successful case is located on Southeast Asia. The customer using the kiosk station to pay their gasoline and gas station can process transaction and acquire customers' data. Next slide. Another very popular application is real-time monitoring for assets. Lots of data from temperature, valve, and pressure sensor are collected the data and shows in time on explosion-proof monitor in hazardous workplace. Sometimes you might think the CPU is not strong enough for big data analysis. Well, you can choose the optimized box PC you want located in your control room and shows the data in time in the hazardous area by our FPN A151H. This is for the real-time monitoring application. This is very popular in the midstream and downstream in oil and gas industry. Next slide. Okay, attention. There is not only oil and gas industry can deploy explosion-proof device. Every hazardous area or dangerous process should choose the explosion-proof certificate device. After all, safety is our first specification. In this case, pharmaceutical, their drug powder around the environment. This high-density powder will become a flammable material. We can choose the C1D to TPC to fulfill the IoT and safety needs for the customer. We are developing a new product for high authority certification. Our new C1D2 TPC will launch in Q4, and the ATEX version will be available in the coming year. The display size is 80.5 inches, and the CPU is Core i5 with E-Lake, suitable for data centralization and visualization. If you need high-performance explosion-proof HNI, please contact your local sales for more information. Next slide. Thank you all for attending today's webinar. HNI team provide comprehensive device for your IoT application. You can check our website for more detail. I'm very happy being with you guys in this webinar. Now, I'm going to release my password. My password is sustainable. Yeah, sustainable. So, thank you all. Let's see you next time. Bye-bye.
Hello everyone, I'm Inhun from iSensing Device Product Division. Today I will talk about remote I/O and serial or USB communication solutions and applications in oil, gas, and energy industry. Let's start from the key application of data monitoring in the oil and gas industry. First, safety. The first priority in the oil and gas industry. Data monitoring helps ensure safety for everyone. By monitoring the leakage of chemical substance or machine performance, accident can be prevented. Therefore, worker health and work environment can be secured. Second, the environment. Energy consumption and waste emission data help companies meet the industry regulation and protect the environment. Third, the operation data can help increase production efficiency, reduce operation risk, and save operation costs. Last but not least, with equipment data, any damage or malfunction can be detected at early stage so that the equipment life cycle can be extended and therefore reduce the maintenance costs and rates. This slide shows the application of remote I/O and serial or USB communication solutions in tank storage monitoring. In controlling and monitoring of 400 liquefied natural gas storage, Aiden remote I/O modules collect pressures, liquid levels, control valves, and temperature data for the SCADA-based system to ensure real-time data collection and transmission for plant and personal safety. Besides, UD serial to fiber converters secure PLC data communication over long distance with noise immunity. And in this slide shows the ADAM I/O module product overview. Starting from the left, the ADAM 4000 or 4100 series features robust RS485 Modbus protocol for establishing a cost-effective remote I/O system. And for the ADAM 6000 or 6200 series, it is an Ethernet I/O features with easy communication with multiple I/O protocols, such as SNMP, MQTT, RESTful, and applications such as Azure or AWS. The ADAM 6300 series is an innovative OPC-UA high-density I/O with security encryption features. ADEN 5000 series is modular I/O system, which offer both RS485 or Ethernet add-on, and KW or coded soft logic control options. Moving to next slide, let's get a closer look about ADEN remote I/O module. ADEN remote modules are world-renowned products with over 30 years of industrial experience. Besides ADEN remote I/O functions to collect and transmit real-time data over long distance, its benefits include simple and quick configuration without programming, and it is reliable with low maintenance rate. ADEN remote I/O also offer a complete I/O combination for diverse needs and various industrial applications. There are 6 ADEN modules which are certificated with ULIS Class 1 Division 2. 2 are serial converters and repeaters. And 4 are Ethernet module with analog I/O. The ADEN 6015, ADEN 6017, and 2 are digital I/O ADEN module, ADEN 6050 and ADEN 6052. For more details, please check our website. Here is another case about ADEN remote I/O module application in oil pipeline monitoring. Oil pipeline stretched from China into Russia over thousands of miles. It is difficult to collect data over long distance. However, ADEN remote I/O modules help process and transmit data of temperature, pressure, flow, and vibration to the central control room miles away. For example, the ADEN 6018 is an excellent temperature data acquisition module for 8 thermocouple input channels. And the ADEN 6017 is designed with 8 analog inputs and 2 digital outputs to satisfy industrial requirements. Each analog channel can configure an individual range for a variety of applications. Okay, let's move on to the next topic, ULI series, serial or USB communication solutions. There are 2 main categories. First, ULI 200 series, serial communication. It includes serial to fiber converters, serial to serial converter, serial repeater or isolator, surge suppressor, and data splitter or tape. And the other is ULI 300 or 400 series. The USB communication. It includes USB to RS-232 converter, USB to RS-422 or 485 converter, USB to RS-485 converter, industrial USB hub, and industrial USB isolator. So let's see how ULI series bridge the connectivity gap. ULI series facilitate communication across interface and data transmission over long distance. It simplifies the wiring process and realize noise immunity. It also has wider operating temperature range and high isolation protection, as shown in this slide. This slide shows the list of 13 ULI series products, which are UL C1D2 certificated. And few are also IEC 6185-3 certificate. ULI series are designed for hazardous environment or power plants. For more detail, please check our website. Now I would like to introduce a case about power plants data transmission. Customers faced a problem about data transmission over long distance between the power plants and substation, and a problem to integrate different communication systems from multiple vendors. Unique communication solutions help create a large integrated communication network across substation for the customer. After simply deploy ULI 211 RS-232 to fiber converter, communication across different interfaces with noise immunity over long distance up to 4 kilometers is realized. Thanks for listening. Hope you understand more about remote I/O modules and serial or USB communication solution application in oil, gas, and energy industry. And please feel free to visit our website. My password is future.